What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel where we discuss things I want my people to know. Let's get into it.
I, Roberta McCoy, given faith and stand in unity with the vision of perfecting church of sowing this seed of $1,000 plus $235 and receiving the blessings to come to all that participated.
Now that's only $1,200.
Yes.
Y'all not listening to what I'm saying. If you have 1,000 plus 1,000.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna work on the other 800.
Well, that ain't what I asked you to do.
Wow. The arrogance. Somebody give you 1,200 of their hard-earned dollars for nothing.
Did y'all know that after the Civil Rights Movement, the U.S. government got directly involved in what churches could and couldn't teach? See, during the Civil Rights era, the Black church was the heartbeat of the movement. That's where leaders strategized, people organized, and the truth was preached with no filter. The government saw that power. They saw that the church could shake their system. And they said, never again. So they used tax code 501c3 to put churches under control. They told pastors, if you want to keep your tax exempt status, then you cannot get too political. You cannot preach against government policies, and you cannot use your pulpit to fight back. And just like that, the churches got muzzled. Speak out too boldly, and you risk losing your money, your land, your building. So pastors stopped preaching truth to power and started preaching safe sermons. Why today, you don't see most churches taking a strong stance against racism, white supremacy, or corrupt government systems. They've been conditioned.
Yeah, churches are not political at all. As political as they get is just a Democrat coming by every 4 years.
To keep quiet, or worse, to align with whatever agenda the state is pushing. So next time you sit in church, ask yourself, are they really serving God, or are they serving the state?
Go ahead, son.
As I was going back to see, he pointed out for me I could go back when I want to. Go back to where? Huh?
Go any place you like.
Go anywhere.
Sir, could you stand up? We can't hear you. Could you stand up over there by the microphone?
You mean to Africa? Do you mean to Africa? Do you mean to Africa? We are not Africans no more. You have raped our great-grandmothers and stuff and changed us. Let me finish. And gave us a name as a Negro. I am not a Negro. A Negro is a person with a slave at the man. I just want to tell you that. And don't say nothing else to me.
Sir?
My name is Reginald Dobbs. I live at 3319 Mayfair. One of the ghettos areas that was pointed out in the film. I'd like to direct a question to Reverend Mitchell. Do you think that we will be satisfied with the jobs they are giving us?
Yes, son, I think so. Simply because we are asking that you be trained on the job, and they start you off with a certain salary starting rates, and you would be promoted up to the maximum of the job.
No, I don't believe that. The white man is gonna keep you where he got you.
See, the youth know what's up. At least we used to know what's up. Now we got YNs, but look at where we fell from. This is how a young man used to speak.
You're not going no higher than he wants you to go. And we ain't gonna settle for nothing but all the way. And about this violence and non-violence, I'm for violence. Because we have pleaded for the last 400 years.
What would you say to a young...
How does a young man have more sense than him? That's why I say you gotta be a sellout.
A boy like that, because this happens to be, coincidentally, the young man in the group that Mr. Meek said you did not speak for him. How would you talk to a young boy like that?
Well, I would say I would definitely have to use the Bible, Mr. Duncan.
No, I don't want to hear that.
Well, this is my only way.
I ain't no Uncle Tom.
Well, salvation
You
is
can't
free,
brainwash me.
Jesus said, first ye seek the kingdom of heaven and his righteousness, and all of these things will be added.
Heaven is on earth, mind you, brother.
Yeah. Let me see.
You have anything more? How about the other lab?
Where you gonna go when we start revolution? Whose side are you gonna be on? Are you still gonna be on your knees begging for us jobs?
I will, as Mr. Meek said, he wouldn't die standing on his feet rather than die on his knees. I will die standing up for God, regardless of any circumstance.
Okay. Have God ever told you to let this white man rule you like he is?
Damn.
Well, young man, you first must be born again. God is a spirit.
No, I ain't born again. I ain't got to be born again. See, I was born in a new generation. Your mother could have brainwashed you, but can't nobody brainwash me. I'm ready. It's gonna take young boys like us to win the revolution.
The white peoples realized today that they was wrong for enslaving the Negro. The great mass. May I finish? I'll wait it. Why, if you so militant and so intelligent, why don't you keep your mouth shut?
I'll tell you why, Reverend Mitchell, because I'm sick and tired of you standing up there on a television camera, a black man with a white heart and a white face.
All right, come through, Unc.
You're a black Anglo-Saxon, you disgrace to the race to stand up about a white man loving you. Ask Medgar Evers' wife.
Pray, bitch. Okay? While the doctors is gonna be praying on your ass and praying on your children and praying on your community, you keep on praying while they are PREYing on your ass. They have no tools, no weapons, but they talking about no weapon formed against me shall prosper. It won't work. Bitch, they all have worked, ho. Every weapon they formed against your stupid ass has fucking prospered. White supremacy has prospered. Bad school systems have prospered. Fucked up politicians have prospered and got over you every year after year after year. Your job has prospered. The people around you keep fucking you up in the head have prospered. Everything that has come against you has prospered. So shut the fuck up.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
I agree with her. I mean, I'm not saying that prayer is bad. It's definitely something that you should do, but just praying is the problem. Like once you finish your prayer, it's time to put in work.
God will do what he said he will do. He will end by his word. He will learn. They the most stupidest sounding people. Just saying shit. God damn. Waiting on our Job or whatever his name. Boaz. You're waiting on Boaz. And I told y'all need to be looking for a Black Panther.
U.S. churches were full-fledged stakeholders in slavery. Episcopal, Presbyterian, Baptist, Methodist. Major denominations owned enslaved people, rented them out, and in some cases, they confined them in jail-like pens beneath or beside their sanctuaries. Well,
that's one thing that they always try to say, racism works both ways. Black people do things to white people do things to black people. Everybody does things to everybody. But the thing with white supremacy and white racism is that it took place on every single level. So when we talk about things like slavery, Jim Crow, it wasn't just, the government. It was the government. It was the individuals. It was religious organizations. It was financial institutions. It was academic institutions. It was a whole ecosystem. So in no period of time did black people systematically do things to white people like they've done to us.
Christians prayed upstairs. Black men, women, and children were shackled below, treated as inventory instead of human beings. Now, it was common for enslavers to require their slaves to go to church so that they could learn about being a humble slave to their masters. But These people held in the pens below were livestock waiting to be sold, being punished. Who knows what? Georgetown University's Jesuit priests sold 272 enslaved people in 1838 to pay off school debts. In Charleston, St. Philip's, and St. Michael's, they forced black attendees into upper galleries while white parishioners sat in comfort below. Methodist ministers in the South regularly enslaved people as personal property. And of course, many ministers in the South enslaved people as personal property. Southern Baptists split from Northern Baptists in 1845 for one reason: to defend their right to keep enslaved people. Churches built slave galleries to force enslaved people to attend services, but not sit with white people. And the sermons told them to obey their masters. But the people locked in the church pens, they weren't taken upstairs to worship. They were confined like livestock. They were waiting to be sold, rented, or punished. The church baptized enslaved people. They preached a lot about obedience, and they promised them life after death in heaven.
I think that's still with us today. That obedience, that obey your master shit, I think that's still very much ingrained in us.
While profiting from their stolen lives on earth. This is white history, and white Christians especially need to own it. My username works as my address in case I disappear. Get curious.
So I'm going to explain to you the pipeline of the pro-black girl with the white boyfriend. A lot of people seem to not understand this and how this could happen, but I'm going to explain it to you step by step. So basically, the pro-black girl has reached far lengths of being pro-black and woke, to the point that she cannot relate to other black people in her community. She became too woke for them. Like, for example, a lot of people were shocked by this because Nikki Giovanni is known for being super pro-black. What I think happened to her is that she became like far too well-read in these topics and far too knowledgeable, to the point where she literally cannot relate to it with other black people around her. Like, because the thing is, most black people are not really that woke. And if you start talking about like real woke topics, they'll low-key like make fun of you. There's a reason why this guy was like so lonely. He could not relate to anyone around him in his community. Everybody thought he was crazy or weird or strange. Nobody related to him because he was just too pro-black. He was too strict in their perspective. This low-key happened to me when I was 17 and I got super deep into pro-black topics, to the point where I literally couldn't relate to other black people anymore because I was simply too militant, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I get the point that she's making with being pro-black might make it hard to find people to relate to, but my thing is, you can't find a black person to relate to you because you're so militant, but you think that white person is as pro-black as you are, or they're militant too. I think what's happening is you're letting the shit slide. So maybe it's because a black person you expect a certain level of awareness, so it's more disappointing when they aren't there. But when a white person comes through, you don't expect them to have that level of awareness. You're still not finding somebody that you can relate to either way.
Most people don't know this history, but you need to. Public housing was created for white folks, right? For the first couple of years, it was very hard in most parts of the country for people of color to even get access to publicly subsidized housing. It was created for poor white folks, to give them an opportunity, a leg up to come into the so-called middle class. But at the very same time that the government creates those public interventions in the housing market for white people, they also created some other programs that were sort of duplications of that, but even better. They create the FHA loan program, the VA loan program, later on the GI Bill program. In theory, these were open to everybody, but in practice, virtually all the benefits went to white folks because the criteria to qualify for these loans, which were government guaranteed loans, Loans without which you could not have gotten a house.
When we talk about reparations, the discussion seems to only focus on slavery. I think there are at least 5 or 6 different things for which America owes Black Americans reparations. Slavery is just one.
In the 30s, 40s, and 50s, virtually all the benefits went to whites because the underwriting criteria, the lending criteria, essentially excluded almost all people of color, with just a few exceptions. So in other words, the neighborhoods became racially identifiable because certain folks were able to hustle it out to the suburbs using those loans, right? Leaving the ones who couldn't get the loans in the city. And then you couldn't get a loan in the city because of redlining and other forms of discrimination. So these neighborhoods become white, these become black and brown, these become middle class to affluent, these become poor, not because of anything having to do with the people that live there, but having to do with the decisions made by people who most definitely do not live there, right? Because what if my kids ask me that and I don't know the answer? What if your kids ask you and you don't? What if a child asks a teacher in a classroom and they don't because they were never taught it? Because what do you think her conclusion is going to be? Because she's going to come to her own conclusion. And you know what that conclusion is going to be. The only one it can be in this culture. It's the conclusion that this society has already handed her on a silver platter. What is it? You know. Because it's the conclusion that comes from the fundamental guiding ideology of our country, the thing that we've all been taught, the thing that we've all been exposed to, the secular gospel of America, the creation myth of America, Genesis 1:1 of America. And you know what it is. The Genesis 1:1 of this country is what? Wherever you end up is all about you, right? Because if you just worked hard, you'd have made it. If you didn't make it, there's something wrong with you. You should have worked harder. The notion of rugged individualism, right? That's the fundamental building block of our country. But if you're taught that, and then you look around and you see this level of inequality and you don't know the backstory of how we got that inequality, then you end up defaulting to the idea that these people are down here living like this because there's something wrong with them. And these people over here are up here living like this because they're superior.
All these police here for these children. Young child, are you okay? Are you sure? Because I've stopped because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 white angry men surrounding 2 young brown children for what? Sorry sir, what have you done? Shut your fucking face. What have you done? What have you done?
I like her.
What have they done?
You don't need to come over.
Shut up, I'll do what I like. I'll get involved in what I fucking like. What have they done? What have they done? What's this? Let me see this badge number.
Do you want to step away?
No, don't touch me, bruv. That'll be a fucking assault. I'm a white woman. I know where my rights are. What's this? Oh, 111. That's a good sign. That's the universe saying I should be here. How are you, darling? Are you okay? What's happened? Real talk.
So a grown man tried to fight me and my friends that I took a shot. Then we just parted from the situation and we've been stopped. And we've been stopped for 50 minutes.
Look at their face. Does he look like he's a bad person? Do you why did get your arm off him furthermore? Why are you touching him like that? You look like you go home and beat your wife. Don't talk to me like that. Where are all the signs about what do you do if the Metropolitan Police stop you and you want to avoid getting murdered or raped? Do you know what you do? I do know everything, you fucking potential nonce. What?
Once again, you're going to get arrested.
Oh, is that an offence? Swearing? Is that an offence? Is it 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 an offence? This one wants to keep his job. Okay. So sorry, why are they all here? Why are they all here? Angry white man number 1, why are you here? What? Don't get no vagina, that's what it is, babe. Do you have a mum you would like me to phone?
No, he's not letting me check on my pocket.
Why? Why are they in cuffs? What have they done?
It's only your business.
Oh, it's my business. I'm going to make it my fucking business. It's my business. It's my business. Do you want me to phone your mum, real talk?
I don't know my mum's phone number.
Do you have a family member you would like me to call? No. I'm just recording all this for my evidence because these are about... we pay tax. Imagine I pay tax for this. No. I'm going to stay here till you've gone because this is not okay. My friend's telling me don't get arrested. How's this young man here? What's happening with him? What's this again? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How much you not get paid? It's a lot of tax money. Lots of fucking not enough. No. Don't get fucked enough either. Hello, what's happening? I'm not trying to help any of you fucking nonsense. I'm trying to see if these children are alright.
Do not
Hold on. For the camera, what's illegal or unlawful about swearing? Darling, come on. Come on. Threatening towards you. Lone white man on the street. You lot have put your own fucking gem. Don't talk to them. I'm a cab driver. Dropping her home. Trouble for what? Trouble for what? I'd love to know under what law. Don't open my car door. Please don't open my car door.
Your car's parked here on a double red. Yeah, so either you move it. Listen,
you don't know if
that technicality. Come on, brother. It's when you fall back.
them, but
So I know you're probably all aware that Google didn't create the first internet search engine, right? But did you know that it was created by a black man? So his name was Alan Emtage, a Barbadian-Canadian computer scientist who in 1989, while still at McGill University, built Archie, the tool that laid the foundation for how we search online today. Before Google, before Yahoo, before Ask Jeeves or any of them, right? Emtage wrote the code that indexed public FTP sites so that users could find files across the early internet. And that one idea shaped the digital world as we all currently know it. But here's where it stings. And it's sad because you probably already guessed it, right? He never patented it. He made it open source, freely available because he wanted to share knowledge, not realizing that a few years later, companies would turn that same concept into multi-billion-dollar empires. Emtage later co-founded Bunyip Information Systems, the world's first search engine company, but the fortune went elsewhere, right? Today, I think the global search engine industry is worth like $150 billion a year. Yet, the man who started it all remains largely unknown. And I guess that's the business lesson, right? Innovation without ownership isn't just generosity, it's unpaid research and development for someone else's empire. And the irony here is the man who built the first search engine can barely be found in the searches that he made possible. So the next time you type a query into Google, remember the blueprint started in Barbados.
GPS is a black woman. 3D imaging is a black woman. Laser eye surgery is a black woman. Escalators a black inventor. Elevators a black inventor. The roller coaster is Granville T. Woods. Roller coaster, everything.
The cell phone.
The cell phone. I was just watching the thing on the cell phone. Our video games is Jerry Lawson in Silicon Valley. They try not to mention him, but he's the reason why we have Xbox, Atari. He did the first, before Atari, the F1 series. Jerry Lawson, a black dude who invented home videos, sanitary napkins. It's a woman. Our ADT, our security system, is a black woman in Queens, Mary Van Brighton. In 1966, she invented the home security. You're talking about open heart surgery, Daniel Hale. Plasma, Charles Drew. We can keep going. Surgical equipment, black people inventing, just constantly inventing, and they took everything and lied. But now things are coming into the light with all these black inventors. And black people are still thriving. Black women have the highest degrees in America. Highest degrees in America. These are the same women that were operated on with no anesthesia on their vaginas by that Dr. Mims guy who they just took down his statue in New York. These are black slave girls raped, but they're #1 in academics. Black people invented hockey in 1895 in Nova Scotia, 22 years before the NHL. There's a book called Black Ice. You can see it. The atrocities that African Americans have been through, I'm surprised we are this peaceful. They used to make black people laugh in barrels in certain towns because they were too loud. So they go, you got to laugh in the barrel. Everybody around the world copies African Americans and then yet disrespects them to the fucking highest. And it's annoying. And enough of that shit.
All right, that's it for today. Thanks for rocking with me this far. Please like and subscribe so you don't miss the next videos. Until next time, peace.